Hi, this video clip is focused on creating a new Google Classroom. So if it's been a little while since you've created one, or maybe you're new to the platform, this video should help you out a bit. As you can see from my screen, I have several Google Classrooms already, two of which do not belong to me. I've been invited to join them. And then one which I did create in the past. However, your screen may be blank right now, and that is okay. Basically, Google Classroom is super easy to find. From any Google screen, you come up here to what I refer to as the waffle, and you find your classroom icon, and it'll bring you right to that home screen. Now, from this home screen, there are actually some cool features that you can access, and they become more useful as the year progresses. So our home screen looks like this. Our calendar screen looks like this, which it's blank right now because the school year hasn't started. But as you add assignments to Google Classroom, they'll populate here to the calendar, and that way you can focus on the assignments that are coming due for all of your classes, or if you'd prefer, you can focus on the assignments that are coming due for one specific class. It's a great way to keep your time organized. Resources I love because even when you archive or you put, our old Google Classrooms into what we'll call deep storage, these are still hanging out here to remind you, hey, this is a video that you assigned 2 years ago and, you used it as an assignment. So you can actually see some of the assignments that I've given to my students over the past few years pop up here in the resource area, which is a terrific way to kind of remind yourself of the stuff that you've already done in the past that has worked for you. And then this is new this year. We actually have Google Gemini, which is Google's AI platform, integrated into Google Classroom. And it is super powerful. It is really fascinating stuff. And it's designed to make your life as a teacher easier. This is a whole other video and a whole lot of information that I can happily share with you. One of the things that I love best is that it does cut out time just in terms of re-leveling a text. If you have a text that's at 1,000 points Lexile, you want to bring that down to 500 points Lexile so your kids have an easier time reading it. Super easy to do. You can generate quizzes based on vocabulary lists or study sets. It'll even help you create a lesson plan. So Gemini is in there in Google Classroom for you to use. It is also accessible to you from our little waffle guy. The Gemini icon looks like that. So whole other video, but please feel free to come visit me. I will happily talk to you about AI. So with that being said, you'll also notice along the side, as you give assignments, this will remind you of the assignments that you still have to grade and the ones that you've already graded. So this shows you, something that I already have posted in Youth Against Cancer, and it shows you the class that it's assigned to. This will generate a to-do list for you if you would like. And then, of course, we have our archived classes and our settings. Archived classes are those classes that you've already taught that you've kind of thrown in deep storage. And then our settings just shows you, options about how you would like your Google Classroom to run. But from a super basic standpoint, creating a fresh Google Classroom, very easy to do. Let's go up here to the plus button. It asks us to either join or create a class. So we're going to create one today. And the class name that I'm going to use is ELA 7 Team Lions. And the section is, for me, going to be my first class period, which is going to be period 3. My subject is going to be, let's put English because it'll line up nicely with what Google, maybe it won't line up nicely, but it's English 7, and I'm in room 122. So I'm going to create. Now, this is fully customizable. So what I mean by that is you can change the picture up here. If you decide that you would like to change, it to a photo, or you'd like to change the color, you can do that and then hit save and you're all set. As far as the class code is concerned, this is going to matter when we set up the Synergy gradebook. So when you set up your Google Classrooms, please make sure that you keep note of or have access to these class codes, because that will allow Synergy to talk directly to your Google Classroom and import grades as you grade them in Google Classroom in real time. Okay, so that's the super easy setup. I'm going to tell you that the classwork tab is where you'll put your assignments. This will change in terms of how it looks when we connect it to Synergy, if you choose to do that, because Synergy will share with it the categories that you have in your gradebook. Additionally, you can add students by giving them that code typically, but what's great about syncing this with Synergy is that this will automatically populate the students that you have in your gradebook in Synergy. So that's actually a huge help because you won't have to worry about adding or subtracting students. As they're added or dropped from your roster, the two programs communicate with each other, okay? Grades, as you have assignments that are graded, they'll be kept track of here. And then the analytics tab is new and kind of interesting. Not familiar enough with it to really feel comfortable giving you a rundown, but I will happily help you figure things out as the year goes on if you have questions about the analytics, because I'll be learning in real time with you. Just going back to the people tab on Google Classroom, if you have a co-teacher for a class, now's the time to add them. So that way they're in there immediately right away. So if I want to add Rob Morgan, I can invite him and he'll show up. So he'll get an email to his Gmail account asking him to join my class, and he can jump in and do that right away. Additionally, maybe a great idea to add our service providers if you know that your class involves some AIS students. Great opportunity to add Jen Johnson, Jenna Blondie, or Stephanie Shada to your Google Classroom so that they can see and have access to some of the skills that you guys are covering in your class, some of the assignments that are in there. If you know your student has a 504 and there's a particular person or service provider linked to that 504, great opportunity to add them as well. So that's the basics on setting up a Google Classroom. And just be aware of the fact that, this is something that is a choice for you. You don't have to have a Google Classroom. You don't have to sync it to Synergy. It's a choice that our district gives us, and it does make things a little more efficient if it's something you're already comfortable with. So if you have any questions about Google Classroom, please feel free to pop by room 122. Totally happy to help you in any way that I can.